any sort of advances towards you in the chamber or in the Senate?
There was a time I rushed to work, forgetting to wear my ring. And there were about 5 senators there, and he was, "Oh, Natasha, you're not wearing your ring. Is this an invitation to cheat?" You know.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're watching from. So today, this is a sequel to our conversation the last time concerning Senate President Godswil Akpabio and Senator Natasha akpoti of Kogi Central Federal Constituency at the hallowed chamber. We all know that she was suspended for 6 months, and after her suspension, she has been touring, moving around, and letting people know her plight. So as she traveled, a lot has really happened at the Senate and outside the Senate and amongst Nigerians who are the followers as the leaders lead. If you have been following up, you find out that there was a lady. She is the leader of Project Women Vanguard for Change, in the person of Irene Umo, who came out and asked Natasha akpoti to provide evidence of sexual harassment. If she truly says that the Senate president harassed her sexually, that she should come up with a video or anything. But for me, I ask and I say, how do you expect her to get a video or something? She never anticipated to be harassed sexually. So, but that's the matter for another day. So I would like you to comment at the comment section. Drop your comments. Let's know what you think about this whole scenario at the hallowed chamber between the Senate president and Senator Natasha akpoti. Now, I would like to play you the clip where the lady said what she said. Irene Umo, who happens to be the project leader, Women Vanguard for Change. Watch this.
To provide the needed evidence to support allegations and aid investigation and prosecution of the Senate President. The group maintains that failure to do so will put women who come forward in future with such allegations in bad light. The women also presented a protest letter to the UN Women Representative listing their demands.
Who can speak? So if you make this one is at the topmost level. As women, we are here to support her. All we're appealing for, Senator Natasha should just bring an evidence that these happen, even if it's once, it be a video, it be a conversation recorded, because for mine, for that 2 years, I had recordings back to back. I think this is the first time I'm talking about it publicly, but everybody around me knew what I survived. So we're here because she's already come to the UN. And if this is not handled well, there are lots of women whose voices will never be heard, and they are going through storms. Also, in whatever area of sexual harassment that they're dealing with, I'm appealing. One sister to another sister. Because the borders under all of us, male, female, were both harassed. So if she gives us evidence, there will be prosecution. She was suspended in the house, and in that top form, obviously investigations are going on. So why come to UN first? Why didn't you let the proceedings to go on?
Yes, so that is what she had to say. Now it is left for you, the viewers, to comment. Let's know what you think. Let's know what you think. There's another senator, Senator Peter Mwebonyi. Senator Peter Mwebonyi is a senator representing Ebonyi North Federal Constituency at the Senate, hallowed chambers. A few days ago, he was in a heated argument with Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, which brought about serious questioning on what our leaders are really doing, because it was on live TV and he was really not too okay with his response to Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, which we all are entitled to our opinions anyways. So please, I would like to play you this video where Senator Peter Mweboy said that he was with Senate President Godswil Akpabio on the day Senator Natasha is alleging that he harassed her sexually and that nothing happened. Then I would like to play it. So you watch this clip and let's know what you think about it. Let's know what you think about it. Let's know what you think.
It's our tradition and custom to pass vote of confidence to leaders when members of parliament feel that the leader is doing well. And in the case of the Senate President, Senator Godswil Akpabio, everybody knows that the 10th Senate, like he said at the beginning, is a corrective Senate. We are there to serve Nigerians. We are there to make policies and laws that will actually give Nigerians nothing but good governance. And for some time now, the 10th Senate has been doing that undistracted. And that is why from time to time, we pass that vote of confidence to him. Because if you watch what happened in yesterday's plenary, there was no dissenting voice. All the 109 senators said that, Mr. President, you are doing well.
It can't be 109, 108 actually.
Of course, because he was not there. Yeah. And if you watch, he was not even the one presiding during that vote of confidence. So that goes to show that he's at home with us, and we're also at home with him.
This vote of confidence is necessitated by the allegations of Senator Natasha akpoti, isn't it?
No, far from that. The allegation of Senator Natasha is a complete falsehood, which we've put behind us.
You're already passing judgment on the case that is still subject of investigation. Even
well,
when
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Okay, your opinion.
Yes, and moreover, I'm also a star witness in that case, and I can tell you that I don't want to delve into that, because as part of our resolution yesterday is to put that behind us so that we can actually serve Nigerians in line with our mandate, because our mandate is to make laws and guide the executive all geared towards giving Nigerians the best, not to discuss issues we know that is a complete falsehood and goes to no issue.
I'll leave it to your opinion, but I'll also be cautious to the effect that it's still under investigation by the same Senate, because I know she resubmitted that particular petition and it was accepted and forwarded to the committee that is in charge of ethics and all of that. So help me know help Nigerians understand how it will work. She's been suspended for 6 months. And then the committee is supposed to report back in 4 weeks. She's not supposed to appear at the premises of the National Assembly. So how are you going to effect
no,
that? How does it work?
If she's invited by the committee, she has the right to appear. She's suspended from the ordinary businesses of the parliament. But if she's invited to come and give her own side of the story or to come and prove her case in line with her petition, she has the right to appear, before the committee. So she's not been stopped, from appearing before the committee.
So when principal officers like you will use expressions like it is falsehood, it is this, don't you think it is going to influence? It's already fait accompli, whatever the investigation is going to be at the end of the day. Why are you taking a side already in a situation that is still under investigation by the Senate?
Well, I'm entitled to my opinion, and without getting into the merit of the case, that is for a committee to do. But I can tell you authoritatively that in criminal prosecution, there's what we call prima facie evidence. If there is no prima facie evidence, that is evidence on the surface, then there is no case. Because I must tell you, she knows that quite all right, that what she's saying is to divert attention. But we're not disturbed. We're not disturbed because we know the truth.
So 2 more questions on this issue. First, is Senator Akpabio going to be investigated by the Ethics Committee? Is he going to testify, just like she will be invited to testify?
All the parties involved will appear before the committee, including the Senate President. He will come and testify, and his testimony will be recorded. Likewise, other senators, because on the alleged date of the incident, so many senators were there. So, for example, I'm one of the star witnesses. I will come and tell the world, which I have been telling the world, what I saw. But we have put there. No, of course. I've been drove with the same
car. There for every step of the way, both
from beginning to the end, and we went back in the same vehicle. I was the closest person to her that day.
Okay. So, away from that in a moment, what do you think the perception of Nigerians is to how the Senate or the National Assembly responds to concerns about women? Because there's a perception out there, whether that perception is true or false. Do you understand what the perception is? And how is the Senate handling it?
Our view towards women is to accommodate them more in politics. And just a few days back, we had a gender equality bill that was introduced by the Senate Committee Chairman on Women Affairs. And we have also interacted with other parliaments across the world. And we are going to take that step to make sure that women are given more seats in the parliament. For example, in a place like Morocco, there are some reserved seats for women. Because in most cases, because if somebody elected to represent you is putting you to shame, you have to review the nomination during the next election. And that is why we have the court process. If somebody is suspended, it means that they're not doing well. And the constituent have the right to recall you and put another person that will not be suspended.
All right, Senator.
I expect you to go to the merits of our rules, because you journalists, you don't look at those rules. For example, under 6, under 602, we expect you to juxtapose the provisions of these rules with what happened in the parliament. But unfortunately, we don't see you going towards that direction.
There's no debate as to the issue of
violation of the rules.
Conduct.
Good.
What the people are interested in?
Sexual harassment. No, you should be. That is not the issue. No. That one is to divert attention.
No.
And they are falling into it.
They are all issues.
No. We expect the press to blow the other one.
No, it is not blow your case. You are the one that will blow.
Why are you blowing her case in this case?
No, because I have told you that on the parliamentary conduct, it was very clear. We watched the plenary where
very good.
Senators on all sides seem to agree, and some were appealing that it should be reduced.
Good.
So there was no debate as to that. The one that is of interest to people, because of the perception of the National Assembly about women, is the sexual harassment.
Complete falsehood, and we are pitching behind us. We don't want to go into that. We are there to serve Nigeria, not to discuss rivalry.
Women are very important in the politics.
Yeah, of course. She's not the only person there.
We're going to come back and talk about
state government had imposed a ban on political rallies, while the local government chairman in Senator Udwan's constituency had enforced a curfew restricting public movements. Speaking to a large crowd in her hometown of Ihima, Senator Akpoti explained that her recent trouble stemmed from speaking out against bad governance in the country.
The reason why I have been persecuted so much in the past 1 month is because I dared the bad, corrupt system. I refuse to do things the way they usually play politics. I refuse to be silenced. As I work diligently, as I brought the dividends of democracy to you, I created enemies among some of my colleagues. There are some that felt I subjected them to ridicule. They told me, Natasha, your empowerment, by your empowerment, you're making our constituents insult us. So I kept on apologizing to them.
She vowed that any effort to...
All right, so now Senator Natasha is back to Nigeria after spending some weeks abroad. She is serving her suspension term. Now, upon her arrival, her posters were on social media that she's going to return. There was a partial curfew in Kogi State declared by the government of the state that there should be no convoy, there should be no obstruction of movement at all whatsoever for any reason. Now, Senator Natasha Akpabio visited not on Saturday, not on Monday, but she visited on Tuesday. When she was visiting, she visited with a helicopter. She flew in with a helicopter. Now, a lot of people came out. They trooped out in their mass to welcome her. And she stated it categorically clear while talking to her people that they have been after her. She alleged that they want her dead. That the Senate president, the governor, Idudu, and the past governor, Yaya Bello of Kogi State that they want her dead upon arrival. Now, drop your comments as well concerning this. Let's know what you think. Let's know what you think. Let's know what our politicians are really, really doing. Is it now politics of calumny? Politics of we must get it, no matter what? Politics of we'll get you out of the way if you think you can stand on our way. Now, Senator Natasha Akpoti came in. When she came in, a lot of people, it was a mammoth crowd. There was no space whatsoever. A lot of people. Now, some also alleging that she has paved way for her 2027 senatorial position as well, having gathered so much crowd, which she actually stated that she never expected it. But it just happened. That means that her people are with her, and that every and any opportunity they want to use or means to recall her that is not going to stand, because her people are with her. Thank you very much for watching. I encourage you to please share this, comment, like. God bless you. I'll see you soon.